The latest news break coming in. A key Mahayuti BJP top brass huddle taking place today. Devendra Fadnavis, Ajit Pawar in the national capital. Eknath Shinde en route to Delhi. Mahayuti netas will meet this evening at the Home Minister's residence, Amit Shah, and in all probability, an understanding will be reached this evening itself on who will lead the Mahayuti government in Maharashtra. Having said that, the announcement may take a while. But yesterday, when we did see the Eknath Shinde press conference, seemingly surrendering in front of the might of the mandate that BJP got, Eknath Shinde made it very clear that he will not be a roadblock in government formation and will abide exactly with what the Prime Minister says and will go by what the largest party, the single largest party, which is the Bharatiya Janata Party, decides. Clearly now being read as decks being cleared for none else but Devendra Fadnavis to be the next Chief Minister of the state of Maharashtra. Joining me from Amit Shah's residence is my colleague Piyush Mishra. Rahul Gautam joins us where the Delhi NCP office is. And Ajit Pawar already in the national capital. Mustafa Sheikh will also be joining us. So will Ritvik Balekar. But all eyes right now, Piyush Mishra, are going to be on the residence of Amit Shah. And in all probability, as the meeting of the Mahayuti concludes by late night today, there will be an understanding on who will lead the Mahayuti in Maharashtra. All fingers right now seemingly pointing towards Devendra Fadnavis coming back as Chief Minister.
Well, absolutely, Preeti, and meeting to begin only when Eknath Shinde lands in Delhi, though he is en route to national capital. He had left half an hour back, so we can expect him landing in Delhi around 8:30 p.m. And then directly he will come here at Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. Devendra Fadnavis has reached in Delhi, but sources are telling us that he has gone to attend some other meetings in Delhi, and after attending these two meetings, Devendra Fadnavis will come here at Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. Ajit Pawar is already in Delhi, and today he also did a press conference where he once again stressed on the fact that there was no formal announcement or decision taken by Mahayuti before the polls, and the phase is going to be decided only in today's meeting. And this is the stand which Mahayuti leaders has been taking since the time results were out. Though there was a sentiment among BJP cadres and MLAs that Devendra Fadnavis should be made Chief Minister, and Shiv Sena was pushing for the name of Eknath Shinde. Yesterday, Shinde did a press conference and clarified that he's going to abide by what BJP top leadership is going to tell him. And so today, we can expect a decision to be taken. Let me also try to show you the visuals from right outside Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. And this is the place where understanding could take place. It's almost certain that there will be a BJP Chief Minister and two Deputy Chief Ministers from NCP and Shiv Sena. And we can also expect a formal announcement to be made after observers are appointed by BJP. They fly to Mumbai. Meeting of all MLAs of BJP take place, and then formal announcement of BJP legislative leader takes place. After that itself, we can expect announcement of new phase of Maharashtra government, and then following which we will see the process of government formation to begin.
All right. So the announcement will not take place today, but a clear understanding would be reached with all three allies on board. You already have Ajit Pawar, who's in the national capital. Eknath Shinde en route. 8:30 p.m. is when he's expected to land and drive straight to the Home Minister's residence. Joining me also is now Rahul Gautam from the Delhi NCP office. Rahul, you've been tracking Ajit Pawar. What's the understanding? He's made it very clear, made it public, that his vote for CM lies with the BJP and Devendra Fadnavis. Has he been assured of becoming Deputy CM again?
Well, there's a saying in Maharashtra that no matter who's going to become the Chief Minister, Ajit Pawar always remains Deputy Chief Minister. So it is again expected that Ajit Pawar is going to become Deputy Chief Minister. See, we have to understand, Preeti, that this massive mandate that BJP has got has actually reduced the bargaining power of Shiv Sena and NCP. Given the fact that BJP has alone got 133 seats, obviously the dependency is much less than what it had been earlier. Also, Ajit Pawar held a press conference this evening, and in fact he put in a record that there has not been any discussion prior to elections before CM post, clearly weakening the claim of Eknath Shinde. And in fact he said that their priority, in their first priority, was to come back in power, and now they have got the mandate. Now they're going to sit. He told us that at 9 p.m. he's going to meet Amit Shah at his residence, and post that you can expect a decision would be made, or a fate would be decided as to who is going to become the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. But now what's next? You can expect that now the bargaining would begin for ministerial berths. As far as Ajit Pawar is concerned, he would want those ministries that affect his voters, particularly the rural Western Maharashtra, for example, irrigation, rural development. These ministries he would be certainly eyeing, so that he could.
Well, stay on with me. Let me quickly, take our viewers through the visuals that are streaming on live right now. Eknath Shinde, the caretaker Chief Minister of Maharashtra, leaving his residence in Mumbai. He's going to now fly into the national capital. And those visuals coming in from Varsha, the chief ministerial residence of Eknath Shinde. But ever since he's taken over as caretaker chief minister, Eknath Shinde has been spending a lot of time at his personal residence where Thane is concerned. We're going to continue to get our viewers more. Eknath Shinde would be taking that flight from Mumbai to Delhi. And in that flight, viewers, that's politics. In all probability, from the caretaker chief minister, being chief minister before that, caretaker now, it does seem that Eknath Shinde is now not going to be the chief minister per se. Will he accept the post of a deputy chief minister? That hangs in balance, because one thing that we can safely say is all indications, all political indications, seem to suggest a comeback of Devendra Fadnavis as chief minister of Maharashtra. These visuals also coming in, we're going to break it down for our viewers. These visuals from Mumbai, the residence of the caretaker chief minister. Eknath Shinde's cavalcade has just left for the national capital. He's going to be flying in, will land at about 8:30 p.m. Let's cut across right now. Mustafa, who's joining us right outside the deputy CM's, right outside the caretaker chief minister's residence. Mustafa, over to you, taking that flight to the national capital after having clearly surrendered in the face of a brute majority of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Well, yes, Preeti, we were getting two visuals. One of Eknath Shinde leaving from his Thane residence. The other visual was from the VIP gate of the Mumbai terminal, from where the private jets fly. That was the other visual. It's likely that the Eknath Shinde will be going there and then take a flight to Delhi, because a meeting is about to start there in Delhi. And clearly, there were claims by the Shiv Sena about the chief ministerial berth once the results in Maharashtra were out. But soon Eknath Shinde came out. It was yesterday, in fact, that he said that he doesn't want to be any hurdle. I remember that he very smartly said this, that he doesn't want to be a hurdle in terms of the formation of government of Mahayuti. Whoever the NDA leaders, PM Modi and HM Amit Shah, want to make the chief minister, he will be ready and he will support. So in that, he didn't name any names. He didn't say that he's backing out of this race of being a chief minister, but it was understood so that because the majority with which the BJP stands, it's clear that they would want their chief minister, and that is that's to be they want. And that seems to be happening right now. And yes, this meeting will be crucial in Delhi with HM Amit Shah, for Devendra Fadnavis, for Eknath Shinde, and for Ajit Pawar, because the way forward for this government, not only the chief ministerial post, but also how this power sharing agreement will work in Mahayuti, how many ministries will be given. Some say that it would be one ministerial berth behind 6 MLAs. That would be in terms of the ministerial berths, and BJP is likely to get most of the ministerial berths. But in that too, it would be important to see, Preeti, that who gets important portfolios like the urban development department, like the home department, like the finance department, because the finance department is currently with Ajit Pawar. urban
Right.
development was with Eknath Shinde, who was the chief minister. Home department is Devendra Fadnavis. So how these things and changes and
You
exchanges
are
happen,
right.
we'll have to wait and see back.
It'll be interesting because if Eknath Shinde is giving up the chief ministerial post, will he now stake claim to the second post, especially where the ranking of ministries is concerned, or the where the cabinet, where the post of Home Minister for Maharashtra comes into question? Will he stake claim to that as well as PWD? It does seem that Eknath Shinde is demanding his pound of flesh. Ritwik Bhalikar is also joining us for more on that. Ritwik, more can you add? Because yes, he seemingly resigned, Eknath Shinde, that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is not going to be, where Eknath Shinde comes into question, but he will dig in his heels when it comes down to important ministries and portfolios. And one of them could very well be to try and stake claim to the home portfolio, which was earlier held by Devendra Fadnavis.
Yes, absolutely. If we could just recall and see how BJP ruled state always had kept home department with the CM or with themselves. So in this political situation where CM Eknath Shinde has already stated that he will be no hurdle while taking decision in the government formation, and he has almost has no stake now as for the CM post of Maharashtra. But at the same time, they are also insisting on some very important portfolios in bargain, and Home Department is obviously one of them. What sources of Shiv Sena's Shinde faction are telling us is that they will be asking for home portfolio, despite the fact that BJP in BJP ruled state, Home Department is kept with the CM, and we've also seen from 2014 to 2019, Devendra Fadnavis himself as the CM always held the home portfolio with himself. So we really need to see that how hard bargaining would go today in the meeting which is held in Delhi in the presence of Amit Shah. But at the same time, he will also be insisting on retaining portfolios like urban development, MSRDC, PWD, and revenue also, which is right now is with the BJP.
All right, stay with me. All our reporters were getting us the very latest, those visuals once again, to give you perspective. That's Eknath Shinde leaving his Thane residence. He's given up living in the Chief Minister residence ever since he was designated caretaker Chief Minister. And yesterday he was quite resigned to the fact that he will not be made the Chief Minister of Maharashtra anymore, and understandably, because if you look at the kind of majority the single largest party has got, or part of their alliance, the Bharatiya Janata Party, Eknath Shinde has understood that digging in his heels, which many thought he would do, was not going to be an option anymore. Will he now, though, dig in his heels when it comes down to important portfolios? Will there be a new power sharing arrangement where the Mahayuti comes into question? As we're going to continue to go across to our reporters, let's also introduce our guest this evening, Sudhir Suryavanshi, senior journalist and author, Rajat Sethi, political commentator, Sanjay Jha, political analyst. Sudhir, what do you make of the current developments? It's seemingly going down tamely and very beautifully for the Mahayuti. Whatever anyone might have speculated that Eknath Shinde would possibly do an Uddhav in 2019, none of that has happened. It's going down as per plan where the BJP is concerned, very tamely. But when it comes down to power sharing, Sudhir, will you see a difference? Will you see Eknath Shinde then demanding key portfolios, possibly the one that was held by Devendra Fadnavis? Home.
Certainly, Preeti, if Eknath Shinde will withdraw as a chief minister, from the chief minister race, then certainly he will ask the, plump and the creamy portfolios that are like the urban development and the home department and the finance department. I don't know which, portfolio he has asked, but certainly he will insist that, some key portfolio has to be given to him if he is not, considered as the chief minister. But he has not yet withdrawn what I feel, still I feel that. Because if you see, the suspense over the chief minister is still continue. They have not yet finalized the name of the chief minister. And the moreover, the group leader, the BJP has not yet chosen their group leader. Who will be the group leader? That is, moot question. And that is adding the more suspense over the chief minister race. Who will be the, chief minister of Maharashtra? Second thing, what I am also hearing that, that is certain that the RSS is pushing very hard that they want to elevation of the Devendra Fadnavis as a Chief Minister of Maharashtra, because it is his due, and the way he was demoted from the Chief Minister to the Deputy Chief Minister, so he has to be elevated and honorably, elevated. But on the other hand, the top leadership, the BJP, they have to think in a larger way, in a different context. They are also contemplating the way the OBC has, unitedly voted to the Mahayuti. The Maratha also voted to the Mahayuti. So these voter base should not be also get, antagonized. So they are also seeing the some OBC faces, some Maratha faces, whether they can be considered from the long run in the, if you see the state politics, which is dominated by the Marathas and the OBC. So these faces cannot be, we cannot corner them. So these names are also in the consideration. As I said yesterday, the deal, still yet not done, and I'm waiting to if there is any suspense over it. Second important thing, the portfolios has been discussed, but what about the face? Who will be the Chief Minister? That is a moot question still remain. I think Amit Shah has earlier said, you three guys sit together and make a consensus among the one of the leader, and that they have failed to do that because they were not seeing eye to eye here. They were not meeting properly. Now the ball is in the Delhi court.
Well, now the ball is in the Delhi court, but Sudhir, you once again, lent a realm of speculation, because many would have thought that now it's done and dusted, that nobody can deny the claim of Devendra Fadnavis. Rajat Sethi, do you concur with Sudhir, or do you think it's very clear now, because all political indications point to only one possibility, which is Devendra Fadnavis?
Probabilistically, yes. But beyond that, it is anybody's guess till it doesn't, get officially announced. I believe the greater tussle is going to be around ministries, because if you want to have this BJP stamp on the next UT government in Maharashtra, BJP would want to hold on to finance and home, because without these two fundamental departments, it is very hard to control and discipline the whole organization of the government. And I believe, therefore, BJP would really press the pedal on ensuring that these two ministries remain, and they are able to bring in more semblance of thought process, ideology, and all of that through the Chief Minister's chair and the Home and Finance. And I believe they would be happy to give urban development to Shinde Sena, and to give rural development and cooperatives and other bunch of ministries to Ajit Pawar's camp. That's how they are going to balance they'll try and...
Raja, that was a bit of a Freudian slip of tongue with Uddhav Sena, but let me also bring in...
There's no Freud here. Freud is not coming to help Uddhav. Don't worry. There's no Freud there.
No, it's just, that's just a small observation there. But Sanjay Jha, to bring you in on this, the way you look at it right now, everything that was said during Lok Sabha has completely turned on, because the chemistry, the arithmetic, everything going on perfectly with the Mahayuti. Even after the mega mandate, there were many who seemed to suggest that there will be issues and Eknath Shinde could turn around and do an Uddhav of 2019. None of that happened, Sanjay Jha. Right now, what seemingly is at play is an alliance which is working beautifully on ground.
Well, Preeti, let me be very honest with you. I do believe the Mahayuti and its supporters will have a celebratory mood. Understandable. But the reality is that this entire Mahayuti coalition is built on the foundations of betrayal, artifice, and mistrust. And as Sudhirji was rightly pointing out, that is inherent to this coalition. You see, the problem that we have sometimes, Preeti, is that we get carried away in this whole euphoria that there is a public mandate and Mahayuti has won. I'm not taking that away. But that does not detract from the intrinsic truth that this alliance has been built by the BJP by breaking the two formidable regional parties of the Shiv Sena and the NCP. Now, here is the problem. And I will put it up front, and, we can debate it for weeks on end. Eknath Shinde has been a chief minister, and he is now, according to the speculation, not going to be the chief minister. You see, for a Sainik, and I live in Mumbai and I've seen Sena politics for a long time, which is why I was taken aback as to how Uddhav Thackeray had such a terrible result. But, we can discuss that later. For Shinde to now accept the position of deputy chief minister And to say that I will listen to whatever Modi and Shah say, a lot of people within Mumbai will feel this is Shiv Sena going into a lower level of its political influence. Point number two, and this is equally important, that Shinde rightfully believes that he was the chief minister who led the campaign. And the BJP at no point during the campaign said that we will be chief minister. In fact, they toed the line that we are fighting under the leadership of Shinde. So if Shinde was instrumental in the victory with the Ladli Behna scheme and so on and so forth, is he going to sustain this secondary position to the BJP? Most unlikely.
But Sanjay Jha, I'll bring in Sudhir Suryavanshi in on this. Because whatever happened now is history on breaking up political parties, because ultimately the true, mandate was given by the people. In the people's court, they've decided who is the true Shiv Sena or the real NCP. We can keep debating on it ad nauseum. And, Sanjay, on the other hand, many would also say, where the Shiv Sainiks are concerned, that the true betrayal happened at the time when Uddhav Thackeray changed his ideology and aligned with a segment which the core Sainik didn't see feasible. Because that, many would also say, reflected in the results this time. But all of that aside, but yeah, go ahead. I want to bring in Sudhir as well. And let him take these questions. Sudhir, do you concur with what Sanjay is saying? Because all of that should now be decided, because what you see is a mandate which is very clearly delivered by the people on either counts.
Absolutely, Preeti, I do agree with you because I also traveled for the election coverage. And I met many, sort of people from the, across the society, and they don't believe what Uddhav Thackeray said, calling Eknath Shinde as a traitor, Gaddar. They say that many old people, I was very surprised to listen from them. They feel that they felt that Eknath Shinde is a person who takes the people's care. Eknath Shinde is person, he always accessible. Eknath Shinde looks like a very common man. They have a very different image, among their mind about the Eknath Shinde. But Uddhav Thackeray, speaking in rally, that is altogether different. So what I feel that Eknath Shinde has completely, improved, made makeover of his image in the over period of time, and that has resulted in the, massive and landslide victory of the Mahayuti. There is a mandate, there is a massive mandate the Mahayuti has got. So the contribution of the Eknath Shinde cannot be denied. He was at the helm of the,
But Sudhir, and I want to bring in Rajat elsewhere, with what Sanjay Jha said, do you think there's going to be disgruntlement among the, the cadre of Eknath Shinde and the Sainiks who will say now he's towing the line of the BJP because that is not, the core way of functioning of the Shiv Sena?
I think, Preeti ji, this is true for people for whom the concept of organizational discipline is alien. Congress belongs to that. And the entire Aghadi, the way they were more worried about the chair per se and the power calculus and less about people calculus, have suffered. And this is the reason which is being showcased right now on live television, what Sanjay ji is saying. What he's more bothered is that, the organization might, split, the UT might split because somebody X did not get the chair and Y got the chair. When you put the work at the center, the task being development of the state, self-sacrifices, individual sacrifices in the larger interest is always part of the game. And I don't understand why it is such an alien concept for the Congress cabal to understand that you need to give up. And I think this is exactly what Fadnavis ji did. If he strongly believes that, the set of original sins that were committed by the Uddhav Thackeray camp needs to be undone, he gave up his own chief ministerial chair and allowed, relatively a new person, a fresh face to come in and rule the state without any disturbance. Though BJP had sufficiently high numbers to actually morally claim the chair, they did not do that because they believe that there is larger interest to be served. Similarly, I believe Eknath Shinde and leaders set by example what the followers
But Rajat, at that point of time, the calling of the hour was to make Eknath Shinde. It didn't come from the goodwill of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You needed to downsize Uddhav Thackeray. Therefore, you needed an Eknath Shinde. And the sheer reason of getting him into the camp came in from that. No, that's not my personal theory.
Your personal theory.
No, Rajat, it's not my personal theory.
Further from truth as it can get.
No, that's not my personal theory. No, one second.
He never dreamt of it at that point.
No, 1 second. It was very clear that the reason why Eknath Shinde came in and destabilize an entire government stemmed from the sheer fact you had to make him the chief minister at
No,
that point of time,
this
because
is the problem. This is the
ultimately you
thinking.
needed.
This
Okay,
is what
there
I'm
are,
saying,
okay,
Preeti.
one
When
second,
you
Rajat, this is
put
not an
power
argument
at the
between
center
you and
of
I.
the
There are
calculus,
multiple
center
political
of the
theories.
calculation, that is when the trouble comes in. If you
No,
start
no.
thinking that there was an unholy alliance and there were ideological
There is,
inconsistencies
one
in that
second,
alliance,
Rajat, nobody,
India was
okay,
forced
one
to come
second.
out.
It's not about an unholy alliance. It's none of that. Let me bring in Sudhir, who follows Maharashtra politics more than you and I. Sudhir, at that point of time, when Eknath
If you
Shinde
want
was
to
given
see,
the chief
again, don't
ministerial
pass
chair, was
individual
it from the
judgments
sheer
on that,
goodwill
Preeti, because
of the
I take
heart of
strict
BJP,
reservations on that.
that
Everybody has an
and
understanding.
discipline that he needed to be chief minister, or that was the need of the hour? Politics demanded that you make Eknath Shinde the chief minister to downsize Uddhav.
Yes, absolutely. As you rightly said, ki that time, they don't want to see the growth of the Uddhav Thackeray, because Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena and the BJP, they share the same ideological base, like a Hindutva Marathi base. So they don't want to see the two parties eating the same chunk of the food. They want to just same food, all food for them. So therefore they, cut to size the Uddhav Thackeray topple his government, and they made Eknath Shinde as a chief minister. It was award to them. And it was also promised to Eknath Shinde, what Eknath Shinde camp is saying, that election will be fought under his leadership, even though he was not projected as the chief minister. But once the government comes, he will be made as the chief minister of Maharashtra once again,
Okay.
still to 2029. But the things, the matrix of this entire politics is that BJP fought the largest number of seats, 150 something. So they won the
Fair
more
point.
seats. If Eknath
You
Shinde
cannot
has
deny, you're right, you
contested
cannot
more
deny
seats.
the BJP right now. And whatever happened on who became chief minister, on what grounds, Rajat, too much water has flown down the Tapi, Godavari or the Mitti, whichever one, you want to subscribe to. But I just want to quickly, viewers, we're going to stick around with our guests, but just quickly get you up to speed with the latest that we are getting in. The visuals that you see on your television screen is from the Thane residence of the caretaker chief minister. You have Eknath Shinde, who's left his residence. He's going to be making his way to the airport, flying into the national capital. He flies in as caretaker chief minister, but will it be him? Because all indications seem to suggest, and rightfully so, that the decks are cleared for the BJP. Because after this mammoth win, can you actually deny the comeback of who was the deputy CM and was the CM before that, Devendra Fadnavis, back to the chief ministerial chair? What's also interesting in all of this is that this is not the first time that somebody who was made the chief minister is now going to take the position of a deputy chief minister, if at all, with that caveat, if at all Eknath Shinde accepts that position of deputy CM. He had a precedence right where Devendra Fadnavis was concerned, elucidated by Rajat, who's with us. Right before that, you've had the likes of Ashok Chavan or even his father when he was chief minister, and then took over the role as deputy CM. What to expect? Cutting across to our guest, but Rahul Gautam continues to be with us, who's been following Ajit Pawar. Rahul Gautam, any indications where Ajit Pawar is concerned? Because he's made it public, make Devendra Fadnavis the chief minister. He's never been comfortable working under Eknath Shinde, good working relationship with Devendra Fadnavis. But is he firm on keeping the finance ministry? Because that would be one ministry that the BJP would want back.
Well, at this point of time, rightly pointed out that Ajit Pawar is one man who's the junior most partner in this entire, scheme of things. So therefore, he would want, key portfolios like finance, irrigation, rural development to remain relevant, and also, to have a clout among his supporters and voters. Particularly, we have to understand that urban development might be more important for Eknath Shinde than, Ajit Pawar, because the kind of voters that he has, rural, western Maharashtra, where water is a very main issue. So therefore, he would want such, portfolios like finance, revenue. But we have to understand that there's not much space. Absolutely, yeah. But there's not much space for alliance partners, at this point of time.
There's little elbow room. And that's why, Rajat, I want to bring you back into this conversation with what Rahul Gautam says. Rahul, just coming back to you, there is very little elbow room. The rules of political engagement will have to change this time around. Do you reckon that even though he might get Deputy CM Ajit Pawar, will he still get to keep plump posts like Finance Ministry? Rajat, you're on mute.
I think it will be difficult for him to retain finance, as I said initially, for running a tight ship, especially in a coalition government. You would want the BJP would give away important portfolios other than home and finance so that they can steady the ship. And it is important. And I have been advisor to two chief ministers, and I know when a coalition pressure comes in, these two are the important ministries you want to hold closely and then give sufficient freedom to through the other ministries for both the parties to basically do their developmental work in the areas they are stronger in. For example, the Shinde Sena would be stronger in urban related affairs, and rural related affairs might be given to Ajit Pawar. So that's the balancing I foresee BJP to do.
So he's going to, in all probability, keep the deputy CM's chair, but there will be a realignment where, plum portfolios are concerned. In all probability, Ajit Pawar will need to kiss the finance ministry, which he holds very dear to his heart, goodbye for now, at least indications seem to suggest. But, Sanjay Jha, you also spoke and you touched upon the sheer fact that there is so much rancor behind the charade. But, Sanjay Jha, flip it over. Look at the Mahavikas Aghadi. Because right now, from the vantage position of the Mahayuti storming through Maharashtra, the Aghadi is imploding. Look at the kind of commentary coming in. It seems, very shortly you'll have the BMC elections each to their own. They're all going to go it alone.
Well, these are always the aftermath of any defeat. It happens in all coalitions. But I want to make one point very clear, Preeti, that politicians have the memory of an elephant. They remember every word said, when, where,
or
and
of
by
a
whom.
or of a goldfish, Sanjay. It all depends what the political situation is at that point.
No. Let me tell you, when they pretend to have the memory of a goldfish. Don't buy that at all. That is just opportunism. So when you had leaders of the Mahayuti saying that Ajit Pawar or his party inspires vomit when they sit next to him, you remember that almost resulted in a snap. I mean, there was a serious snap happening at that point of time. Till the election results came, Preeti, I know we are getting a little carried away by this very extraordinary win, etc. But
shouldn't we be, Sanjay?
Yeah, no, hang on.
Look at the mandate. Difficult not to get carried away.
Even I have been in politics for a long time to tell you, let's take a deep breath. Politics changes, right? We won 31 of 48 seats in the Lok Sabha. We are wiped out in the assembly. There is Delhi coming up, there's Bihar coming up. Politics comes up with all kinds of outlier developments. It's part of life. So there is no need to panic. I don't think Mahavikas Aghadi needs to panic. In politics, you don't panic. You live on optimism and faith. So let me just tell you this. The fact is that till a few days before the verdict came out, Ajit Pawar was giving enough signals to everybody concerned. I think the media knew it for sure when he was talking about Adani. When he openly said, I don't want Modi and Shah to come campaigning on this, whole Ek Hai to Safe Hai campaign. It's pretty clear that they have no ideological compatibility. This is a hunger or a lust for power.
But Sanjay, fair point. Okay, no, I understand. Fair point. That could be part of political strategy. But if you're talking about inorganic alliances, then the Mahavikas Aghadi, I would reckon, is one of the biggest examples of inorganic alliances. And Sudhir Suryavanshi, how do you see it? Do you see Uddhav Thackeray now, because enough noise is coming in from his men as well, and we don't know how many of them are going to stay put with the alliance, possibly skipping over even the MPs of Uddhav Sena right now on shaking ground, many suggesting some of them already in touch with Eknath Shinde. On the other hand, Pawar factor completely washed aside during this election. Where do you see him? Is now Sharad Pawar going to wait it out and hope to merge back with the original NCP now, which is Ajit Pawar, or look at the Congress way and merge with the Congress?
I think it's a very tough, days and hard days ahead for the Thackeray and the Pawar. And actually, earlier the politics of Maharashtra always, go around two pillar Pawar and Thackeray. Now the center of the politics is completely shifting. From the Pawar uncle to the nephew, it has shifted, and from the Uddhav to Eknath Shinde, it has shifted. Now it's very tough and hard times will be for them to really revive their decimated forces and bounce back in the Maharashtra politics. If you remember, Preeti, if the Congress slides number 3 or 4 So this is very tough for the Congress. We have seen in Uttar Pradesh, we have seen in Bihar and many states, Tamil Nadu also. It's very tough for the Congress to bounce back once again because their forces, once they get decimated, that's very tough for them. What I feel, a couple of factors will play the role. A major part of the, Sharad Pawar faction may switch over to Ajit Pawar and the Thackeray faction to the, Eknath Shinde. And that Sharad Pawar faction will have the two options: whether Sharad Pawar will merge his party with the Congress, or some faction break away and join the Ajit Pawar, and some faction break away and join the Congress, because still Congress is a national party. So many things will happen in the coming days. Therefore, this local body election will be again the mini state assembly election, where everybody will have to put all their effort and emerge and revive their forces. If they win BMC election like many municipal corporation and Jilla Parishad, then things will be different for them. So I feel that the mini state assembly election will be very, very crucial. Therefore, Uddhav is asserting, saying that he will contest all seats. At least he will get a presence in across the Maharashtra. Same with the Congress and the NCP, and same with the Mahayuti alliance partner.
But the Congress in all of this, Sudhir, right now standing at just 16. But if you look at the leadership, it's been washed out, be it Mr. Thorat, be it Prithviraj Chavan, the likes of only Nana Patole and maybe some junior Congress leaders who've been able to withstand this tsunami. But, Rajat Sethi, to bring you in, the other test which is coming in, because clearly the mega test of them all has been cleared with the kind of mandate which is swept through the state of Maharashtra, but the BMC elections. Here would be a point of concern. Do you think the Mahayuti will, in terms of alliance, go it alone, party against party, or do you think there will be some kind of a pre-poll kind of alliance which will be kicked in?
Preeti ji, I have never seen in an election or post-election discussion a municipal corporation election be discussed to so much of an extent like we are doing in Maharashtra. It's
the first question I asked you, Rajat.
No, this is what I'm saying. I mean, not just your channel, but across. It seems like, this was just a small practice match, and the real match is going to be the corporation election somehow. And, this is an attempt at clutching the straws, essentially. But, nothing is going to change. Both the alliances are going to contest together in all likelihood. Neither would the UT want to give a signal that they could not hold on to each other's interests together in a month or 2 months from now. That would be a wrong signal. And similarly for Aghadi has no option only. They have to go together. So I believe that the two alliances will stick together and they will, follow the coalition dharma. And of course, it's a small corporation election spread out across the state, of course. And it will happen under the shadows of the current election and the current mood in the state of Maharashtra. Nothing much is going to change. So people should not pin their hopes on this
Rajat,
corporation election, for God's sake.
I'll just suggest bite on that, because I think after Maharashtra is one state that anything can happen in a very short period of time. And a classic example is what happened during Lok Sabha and what's happened during the Vidhan Sabha elections.
But those possibilities are also over, Preeti ji, with the mandate. BJP alone can run the government quite stably.
No, fair point. All I'm just saying is, even though it's a municipal election, let's just bite on that, because we really don't know what can really go down in the state of Maharashtra. But once again, viewers, let me get you up to speed with the very latest. There's going to be a meeting at the Home Minister's residence this evening, and in all indications, what seem to suggest, everything pointing towards Devendra Fadnavis making a comeback as Chief Minister of Maharashtra. All three alliance partners will be in the national capital. Ajit Pawar has been in Delhi through the morning, and you have Devendra Fadnavis in the national capital. Eknath Shinde, that cavalcade just pulled through from Eknath Shinde's Thane residence on the way to the airport, flying into the national capital as interim caretaker chief minister. Possibly will not fly out with that understanding, because the single largest party is the Bharatiya Janata Party, and what a mandate that the BJP has got. It'll be foolhardy for them not to push for the chief ministerial chair, and it will be also foolhardy for the alliance partners in any which way to expect anything else but a BJP chief minister. And what many feel, that the time has come now for Devendra Fadnavis to reclaim what was anyway warranted to Devendra Fadnavis, where he took the position of a deputy chief minister. But let's cut across to our reporters right now. Rahul Gautam continues to be with us. Let's cut across to Amit Shah's residence, where joining me from there is Piyush. Piyush, what's the mood at Amit Shah's residence right now? Somber, but what are you picking up from the BJP camp? What can we expect today? Piyush, can you hear me? Piyush, can you hear me? A bit of an audio problem where my colleague Piyush is concerned. We're going to try and cut across where Piyush is. If we can go to Rahul Gautam, who's all right, we have Aishwarya, who's joining us right outside Amit Shah's residence. Aishwarya, what are you picking up from your BJP sources? It does seem there's going to be a clear push for Devendra Fadnavis. Everything pointing to him?
Preeti, let me give you a little caveat. One should expect anything, and that is something that actually, the BJP can actually surprise people with maybe even a third name, because that's what we are understanding at the moment. But yes, if you speak about the front runner, it is Devendra Fadnavis. He's been going to Nagpur in the past 24 hours. He's made almost 2 visits, so that's something that everyone at the moment is looking at. But one of the things, Preeti, that very clearly the entire alliance has been saying, at least in one tone, is the fact that they will accept whatever BJP top bosses, whatever BJP's top brass will say. So we will see all three of them, maybe in an hour from now, all of them walking into Amit Shah's residence. Everything will be decided, and from what we are expecting, early tomorrow morning,
where the BJP is concerned, that the power sharing this time is going to be advantage BJP, single largest party, plum portfolios should lie with the BJP along with the chief ministerial chair. Or is there a room for negotiations? Home Ministry, something possibly Eknath Shinde would want. Ajit Pawar would hope to get finance back, but the possibility is bleak.
The possibility at the moment is bleak because, we have seen the kind of numbers that the BJP has got. They have once again become the big brother. And both these partners, NCP, Shiv Sena, they are now looking up to the BJP and saying that, whatever you decide. But yes, let me tell you, both these parties have done really well. So there is negotiation room, and both of them will also be asking for it, because now they are secure. The next 5 years for Maharashtra and for these parties are very secure. They would want to make the most of it, and also would want to make sure that personally also both these leaders, they want their graph to increase. So for that, they will obviously have a little bit of a list. But yes, overall, the idea is that whatever the top brass decides, whatever RSS BJP decide, that will be the final thing, and it will be decided tonight in the house of the Home Minister Amit Shah.
Aishwarya, we'll come back to you. Stay put. Sudhir Suryavanshi is also, with us along with our guests. But Sudhir, to bring you in, because it's a catch-22 at least, where just to delve deeper for the sake of an argument, where the Mahayuti is concerned, because the BJP would not want the Eknath Shinde faction to grow to an extent where it eclipses it in the future, because right now it's very clear where the BJP stands, which is high way above the Eknath Shinde faction. And the Eknath Shinde faction in time, not now, but in time would hope to move away from the shadow of the BJP.
See, Preeti, is very crucial for the Eknath Shinde and the BJP also. As you earlier segment rightly pointed out the BMC election, as I said also, Rajat was dismissing this. BMC is the richest civic body in the Asia. It has got more than 45,000 crore budget, and that budget is equal to the 7 states of the India. So therefore, as you said rightly, Maharashtra voter are now used to earlier the leader used to surprise them. Now voter is surprising them. That is in different way. 6 months ago, different mandate. 6 months after the different mandate, after the few months there will be different mandate. We don't know what will happen exactly in Maharashtra. Therefore, survival of the Eknath Shinde and his faction, Shiv Sena, is very important. If you see in Mumbai, there are 20 seats. Out of 20, Uddhav Thackeray has got 10 seats. So at least 50% population of the voter base of the Mumbai is with Uddhav Thackeray. That no one can deny. Say Eknath Shinde will not be the chief minister, not at the helm of the government. So Uddhav will get more breathing space. Uddhav will get more Singapore relief to expand, and he can say how the Eknath Shinde was used and through how they will go hammer and all with this campaign, how the Marathi Manus are used by the BJP. I think this is a very risky and tricky situation for the BJP as well, to leaving Eknath Shinde without pump portfolios. Therefore, Eknath Shinde's honor has to be maintained in the Mahayuti. Otherwise, it will send a very, very negative message within a few days of the formation of the government. So it's a very tricky situation. Because with the
it's a catch-22 tricky situation where the Mahayuti is concerned, but it's a good problem to have, Sanjay Jha, as compared to the Mahavikas Aghadi, because we did discuss what could be the roadmap ahead for all three alliance partners of the Mahavikas Aghadi is concerned. What do you reckon? The likes of Sharad Pawar, best to stay put where you are, try and reorganize your party, maybe align with Ajit Pawar faction, or on the other hand, merge with the Congress. The top leadership of the Congress already weak. It's an advantage there.
You know something, Preeti, in politics, everything that you said is on the table. But the first big challenge, as you rightly mentioned, I don't know why Rajat Sethi got very upset about it, is going to be the BMC election. And I think Sethi should have known that the BMC actually has a budget which is bigger than probably a dozen of the states in India. It's Mumbai city. It's not any city you're talking about. And one of the reasons why I believe Uddhav Thackeray has suffered politically is because the Mahayuti used all kinds of roadblocks and gridlocks to delay the BMC election, because they knew that Uddhav would probably have done very well. So I do believe that the BMC election is going to be the next public referendum to tell you what the people of Maharashtra or Mumbai feel about the different alliances. Trust me, Preeti, when I tell you this, I am no admirer of Mahayuti at all. I would love to see them fail. I'm being very public about it. But the truth of the matter is, this politics of Maharashtra is up in the air. You will see a lot of excitement, a lot of turbulence.
Okay.
We live in Mumbai.
But Sanjay Jha, right now it's okay. You made your point. But right now it does seem as nothing short of wishful thinking, because one might say the big next referendum is going to be the BMC elections, but ultimately the BMC elections are a municipal poll. And you're coming at the back of an election on the state of Maharashtra, where the people have spoken with such clarity that to compare the two is going to be blasphemous, no matter what the verdict of the BMC elections are. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you for our guests for joining us. We're going to continue to cut across to our reporters as well. Aishwarya Rai, I beg your pardon, Aishwarya. My colleague Aishwarya, who's right outside Amit Shah's residence, and Rahul Gautam on this cold winter evening. Winter has set in. And what does this evening have in mind for the state of Maharashtra? Because Maharashtra might be a mover and shaker state, but the fate of Maharashtra is going to be decided in the national capital, especially on the person who leads Maharashtra and leads the Mahayuti government in the state. All eyes on the Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. That meeting will take place later this evening. Eknath Shinde lands at about 8:30 p.m. Will be driving all the way to the Home Minister's residence. Ajit Pawar is going to be there. Devendra Fadnavis has been in the national capital since yesterday. All indications point towards only one possibility: Devendra Fadnavis making a comeback as Chief Minister of Maharashtra.